kandi uri coordinator w'abebembezi abo akaba university kinde kiratushasha no kureba ngo computer room eyabeje hate ehindukire mu university staff tori wazayo urashanga university staff bagazarinje ngo no time for students to use their computers ete kintu nacyo tushasha munonga rero kinde kikusingo tushasha ko kutize kitabo mu library ngo warenzo bwiro bakwire ngo notanika kucishashurira ebe bintu ni bitushasha nkabeje and we pay functional fee nitwetenga ebe byona kuba rectified in this meeting kandi yabita rectified ntuje kongeraho ubundi ekindi ekiturabase gukora konke kintu cha computer rooms kushanga twazamo bakatubinga ngo harimo lecture ngo harimo staff nimwe stami nimwe ari ku discussinga issues kandi twine ebitushemika turakoresa twinemwe abana barashoma computing baretenga koresa computer kandi umwe ochatumire bagishoma kandi bakijana bakajibateraho I think ngo bakaba batinde set zo gura laptop iyo kubasa gukorera owabo muka nabweco nitushaba ngo university revising omitwarize yabo okugira ngo computer rooms zibe as a students offering computer hamwe n'abana benda zakorera mu ebintu byabo ahabwa academic excellence nabweco na HR library n'ikindi kintu kiratushasha twashashura functional fee titushemiye kwa tugaruka tukashashura mane ngukuba turengeze mwe birombo tutiriza akataba kine volume ya 300 no baso takungame ngushemiye ukashoma just 1 week ngunkagarureyo then karengamo ngo every day nteke mwe cyaru 10 okwisobundi katwarirayo ejo bank era charging agoma go bagaru 10 bulizoba ni bankachi kandi kuturu kucheta tiba kutuhere tiba kutugambira isi yecho bajya ngo harawasa kubaho ka charge konka habwenci bari kukataho kandi tujya beje
ahabwa ati mukine mamana munongi mukaba coordinators. What is the role of the guild president and the guild council in this?
Icyo tuyine mamani nkaba coordinators. One, every day twaita ba guild members mu rukiko gwit tibari kohereza either vice guild president kandi bari kohereza na speaker ngo ahure isu zitu by ignoringa meetings aba coordinators nke zitine mugasho and we have been calling them every meeting tibari kwije eco ni cereka ngo tibari kutuvaruwinga kandi to nitureba ba coordinator hi batari kaba university nayo kubasa kubo nahabwe cy'abana abana binja butwebembire nico kiri kutureta omumesho kwereka obusasi bwitu nano koreka nano koreka ebiri kushasha abana aheru omu university.
Man tugambira amazina gawe kandi ahabwa kimujyampa ahabwa kimujureza gahunize ahabwa cyaro rwarinje.
Amazina ganje ni Nyagaba Vincent. I am a student in third year doing a bachelor of electrical and electronics engineering and I am a coordinator that is representing my year 3.1 electrical. Currently I can say the majority of us we come from humble backgrounds. What do I mean? That's whereby maybe some people can afford and then others are sponsored, but then irrespective of the facts that some are self-sponsored and then others are sponsored by some other bodies. Even those ones who are paid by the bodies, that means they have to pay in time. But then usually on their portals, they face this challenge whereby they have late registration fee of 30,000 and then the surcharge of 50,000. So it has become really challenging. Because today morning, yesterday, even I talked about it. I tried to talk to my class about it, how the steps are done and why people are charged. That is the 50,000 and then the 30,000. But then students were complaining, saying that we are supposed to be registering once per academic year. So that means this time around we are not supposed to be registering because we already registered in year one, in the first semester. Okay, like this time around it is our first semester and we are supposed to be registering. So that means for us, we are called upon to be paying that 30k as they say. But then now, considering the fact that there are students who are already now in 3.2, that means those students are not supposed to be paying late registration fee of 30,000 because they have already registered in their first semester. Then for the charge, usually they have to explain to us how the government, how the institution received money in quotas, and for that matter now they have to urge students to pay. And the only way how they can do it so that students can pay in time, it's then by putting them on pressure to pay the 50,000. The moment you have not paid, maybe by a certain date, then you are eligible to pay that 50,000, which is supposed to be fine maybe to some students. But then, where now the problem comes in is where you find maybe someone is paid by the government or by the state, and again is called upon to pay this money. We attend to the office to engage and then see how we can rectify the problem. But then the responses are poor ones, and then sometimes even you are abused. So today, we as the leaders, personally, I was just called from my room by the students I represent because they wanted me to be there in front of them. But then, it is quite sad when you say as students, we don't have enough services here, and then we are complaining every now and then, but then the responses are very few.
Are you guys only talking about the surcharge and 80k, or I mean the total of 80k, or there is some other amount that is there?
Some other amount that is there.
Because some students are talking there was an increment in the tuition payment, and also students not doing geography are paying money for geography. What is it?
Well, first I would say we come from different departments. That means every department, they have their own money they pay. For instance, people from the education department, they don't pay the money students from the agriculture department pay. Personally, when I was joining here, and that was in 2021, with the admission we were supposed to be paying 1.9 M, that is 1,900,000, just on our tuition. But when we reported with the admission, there was 1.97, 1,907,000. So students are like, where did this 7,000 come from? Yes, we very much know that even if a year is coming and then their tuition is going to be increased, as of now the country is, but at least we have to have proper channels. Let them first communicate to us, and then they say, for this academic year, this year, they are going to increase the tuition. Let them put it in writing, and then they notify the student bodies. Not simply increasing money, then all of a sudden you just go on your portal, and then you are seeing the money has increased. So we also need some further clarification on that, on how that money is increased, yet this one is a public university. So that's why students are here. You can see they are putting on gowns, they are demonstrating, writing. Some have boycotted the lectures today because we are supposed to be having class, simply because of those issues, of which some are minor, and then they are proving to become major. So that's why I can say today.
Thank you.